Yo, what up, everyone? Welcome back to my YouTube, Twitch, Rumble, and Kick channels. Excuse me. Just had some Domino's pizza, so that was a delicious burp. Anyways, let's continue with Boot.Dev. We're gonna continue learning. All right, let me move my OBS to the side here. Make sure you guys hear me on the mic. It looks good here, right? You guys want me to do it like this? Nah, you guys can't see shit. So let's go back to this one right here. All right, back end developer path. Let me put the volume up on my phone real quick. All right, you guys can hear me. We are good. All right. Apprentice level 11. We are on chapter 6 now, right? Computing. All right. Let's continue. Oh, wait. Notifications. Let's see. We or I achieved a milestone. Gold. Achievement unlocked. Milestone. Gold. Complete 60 exercises. 23.25% of students have earned this achievement. Wow. 2 pending reward. Rewards and achievement. Continue. Alright. Got 6 gems and 2 baked salmons. Next. Oh, that was pretty much it. Alright. Continue learning. Let me sip some water. Alright. Python numbers. In Python, numbers without a decimal point are called integers, just like they are in mathematics. Integers are simply whole numbers, positive or negative. Example, 3 and -3, or -3, are both examples of integers. Some of you guys say arithmetic. I say arithmetic. Can be performed as you might expect. Addition. 2 plus 1 is 3 in comments. Alright. Subtraction. 2 minus 1. Multiplication. 2 star 2. Division is the 3 forward bracket 2. This makes it a float. So it comes out of float every time you divide. Basically means you get a decimal instead of an integer. It can't be anything other than because you'll run into issues. This one is actually a bit different. Division on 2 integers will actually produce a float. A float is, as you may have guessed, a number type that allows for decimal values. Assignment. Complete the missing sections of calculate damage function. This. Alright. Fix the total damage variable. This one right here, so that it contains the sum of all the different weapons and spell damage values. Alright, so the sword, arrow, spear, dagger, and fireball. Alright. So the total damage is the sum of all of them. So I'm gonna put sword plus arrow plus. Did I press tab? I pressed tab, didn't I? Plus the spear okay, why doesn't that come out? SP, okay, whatever. Plus the dagger fix the total damage variable so that it contains the sum of all different weapons and spells damage values. Alright. Total damage equals sword plus arrow plus spear plus dagger and plus fireball. BAL. Alright. Fix the average damage variable so that it contains the average of the combined weapon and spell damage. So average damage will equal total damage divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Because look, it says sword, arrow, spear, dagger. All 5 of these added together will make up the total damage. And then the average damage is the total damage divided by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to get the average. Return total damage and average damage. And then this, I messed up the spacing. So it has to be right here. Let's run it. 2 passed, 0 failed, 6 skipped. Submit. And we're good. Next. Numbers review. Integers. In Python, numbers without a decimal point are called integers. Integers are simply whole numbers, positive or negative. For example, 3 and -3 are both examples of integers. Floats. A float is, as you may have guessed, a number type that allows for decimal values. My_int equals 5, my_float equals 5.5, and a blank and blank are numerical types in Python. Integers and floats. Alright. It's only talking about integers and floats. Alright. Floor division. Python has a great out-of-the-box support for mathematical operations. This is, among other reasons, is why it has had such success in AI, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and data science applications. Floor division is like normal division, except the result is floored afterward, which means the result is rounded down to the nearest integer. The the 2 4 slashes operator is used for floor division. 7 floor 3, or 7 floor division. How do you guys say it? 7 floor division of 3 is 2, and integer rounded down from 2.333. -7 floor 3 is -3, and integer rounded down to -2.333. And then there's a video. We're gonna watch this. Let me turn on the desktop audio so you guys can hear. And if you guys still can't hear it, I know I have it. I don't have the volume all the way up. That's because it's pretty loud for me. I have it at 70. Let me put it down to 50 on my headset. I don't know whether OBS, like if I put the volume up for me, for my audio, if it also increases. I'm pretty sure it also increases the audio for you guys. I have no idea how it works, but I'll just put it halfway right here. I'll try to keep quiet so you guys can hear.
Floor division is just like regular division, but there's a slight twist. The remainder is ignored, or truncated, or dropped, at least with positive numbers. Let's go over a few examples, but first with regular division. 6 divided by 3 is 2. 8 divided by 2 is 4, and 6 divided by 4 is 1.5, because 4 goes into 6 one whole time, and then half a time more, right? Because it goes into 6 once, then we're left with a remainder of 2, and 2 divided by 4 is 0.5. So in all of these examples, we divided one integer by another integer, and we were actually left with, at least in the case of the last example, a fractional part, which isn't an integer. In Python, it's called a float, or in a language like C, it might be called a double. So what is floor division? Floor division is just like regular division, but after the division operator, we have one more step. We floor the result. And floor really just means to always round down. no matter what the fractional part actually is. So while 6.8 rounded might round up to 7, 6.8 floored will still be floored down to 6. And flooring a negative number, like negative 5.6, actually results in negative 6, because negative 6 is less than negative 5. And in Python, when we want to do floor division, there's actually a special operator for it. The regular division operator is just a single slash, but the floor operator is actually 2 slashes. So 6 floor divided by 3 is still 2, just like 6 divided by 3 is 2, but 7 floor divided by 3 is also 2, whereas 7 regular divided by 3 would be 2.33333. So to use our original example, 6 floor divided by 4 isn't 1.5, it's just 1. Whereas 9 floor divided by 4 is just 2. And that's because 4 goes into 9 a full 2 times, and then the fraction is dropped.
Okay. What would be the result of 11 floor divided by 2? So it's going to be 5. Not a decimal, so it can't be these two, so it's going to be 5. Alright. Exponents. Python has built-in support for exponents, something most languages require a math library for. Alright. So it reads as 3 squared or 3 raised to the second power. 3 to the power of 2. So you just put 2 stars equals 9. So 3 times 3 itself, that's what to the power means, right? Sometimes exponents are shown in text using the caret symbol. Alright, right here. Caret symbol. 5 caret of 3 is the same as 5 to the power of 3. So 5 times 5 times 5, which is 25 times 25 times 5, which is 125. And let's watch another video.
Exponents are super easy. Really, do not let the complicated, confusing name get to you. An exponent is just a mathematical operator that multiplies a number by itself a certain number of times. But before we go deeper into that, let's just review some even more basic math to make sure that we're on the same page. As you know, 2 times 2 is 4. We're saying that we have 2 2's. Similarly, 3 times 3 is 9. Again, we have 3 3's. It's really 3 plus 3 plus 3. This relationship between multiplying and adding is very similar between exponents and multiplication. 2 raised to the power of 3 just means 2 multiplied by itself 3 times. So 2 raised to the power of 3 is 2 times 2 times 2, which is 8. 2 raised to the power of 4 is just 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. Which is 16. And 3 raised to the power of 5 is just 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, which is 243. So the results of exponentiation actually get really big really quickly. 2 to the 6th is twice as big as 2 to the 5th. Okay, now that you get that, let's go over just a couple of special cases. Anything raised to the power of 1 is just itself. So 4 raised to the 1 is 4, and 5 raised to the 1 is 5. This one's pretty obvious. This one's a little weird though. Anything raised to the power of 0 is actually just 1. So 5 raised to the 0, 1. 7 raised to the 0, 1. So how do we do this in code? We obviously can't use superscripts because code is just plain text. We don't have that kind of fancy formatting in our code files. Well, Python is actually one of the few languages that has built-in support for exponentiation in the language itself. And the exponentiation operator is just star star. It's like 2 multiplication symbols. So 2 to the 3rd in Python can be expressed as 2 star star 3, which will evaluate to 8. Or 3 star star 3, which evaluates to 27, 3 to the 3rd.
All right. I'm going to have to stress basic math is very important. And apparently, well, should I? All right, let's add ChatGPT right here. What is the U.S. Um, what are the what is the what are yeah, I'm gonna ask you multiple questions. What are the stats for uh, basic knowledge? Basic knowledge. I misspelled that. No. What is for the United States for the let's see. Question mark. All right. Below are the core foundational facts, basic knowledge about the U.S. across geography, population, government, economy, and culture. This is the kind of baseline info people are expected to know. What are the stats for basic knowledge? Let's see if he even gives me geography, location, North America, borders. This is not what I'm looking for. I meant uh, give me info, me the stats for how well or horrible uh, people I meant give me the stats for how well or horrible people are academically in the US. Below are clear database stats on how well or poorly the US population performs academically using the most authoritative sources, the NAEP, OECD, PISA, and NCES that summarizes the actual measurable educational performance of Americans. Alright, so number one, the literacy reading ability, adult literacy. Damn, adult literacy. About 21% of of U.S. adults are functionally illiterate. That means they can't read at a fifth grade level. Oh shit! Roughly 54% read below a sixth grade level. Source: the National Center for Education Statistics is the NCES. Student literacy, K through 12, only 31% of 4th and 8th graders are proficient in reading. This is NAEP. Math skills, biggest weakness in the US, I guess. Adult numeracy, US adults rank 21st out of 24 advanced countries in basic math skills. Jesus. 21 out of 24. We're almost last! Nearly 30% cannot perform basic algebra or percentage calculations. OECD kids from the National Report Card in 2022. Alright, so that's almost 4 years ago. NAEP, so this could be worse. Only 26% of 8th graders are proficient in math. Math scores drop to the lowest in decades. International comparison. PISA or PISA. PISA? U.S. math rankings is 34th in the world out of 80 systems tested. 34 out of 80. That's not good. Countries like Japan, South Korea, Estonia, Canada all score far higher. Canada scores higher in math. Science skills. Students, NAEP, about 36% are proficient in science, 4th, 8th grade. Ooh, international. U.S. science ranking is 22nd globally. High school graduation and dropout stats. High school graduation rate 86% nationwide. But many graduate with 8th or 10th grade proficiency, not 12th. Dropout rate about 5%, but higher in some regions and among disadvantaged groups. College readiness, ACT scores, only 21% of students. Do they even do ACT and SAT scores anymore? I don't even know. Only 21% of students meet all four college ready benchmarks in English, math, reading, and science. 43% meet zero benchmarks. Only 46% of test takers meet college readiness benchmarks. College attendance and completion. College attendance. 62% of high school grads enroll in college. Only 37 earn a degree within 4 years. Oof. Many take 6+ years or drop out with student loan debt. Yup. General knowledge and civics, very low. Civics NAEP from 2022, only 22% of 8th graders are proficient in civics. Only 13% proficient in U.S. history. Adults. 1 in 3 cannot name 3 branches of government. You guys can name it. I know you guys, right? You got anyone who clicks on this title to try to learn Python, you know you can name the 3 branches, right? The executive branch, the judicial, and right, the legislative. All right. God help us. Okay. About 20% believe the sun orbits the earth. No. 25% cannot locate the Pacific or Atlantic on a map. It, doesn't the map is that if they erase or cover Pacific and Atlantic Ocean on the map, or is it with the words actually there and they still can't find it? STEM workforce competency. U.S. ranks 25th globally in producing STEM graduates per capita. Ugh. Okay, 60% of U.S. STEM graduate students, I'm in the STEM field or major, whatever, are international students because domestic supply is insufficient. More like you guys keep on fucking bringing in people outside the U.S. either legally or illegally, but fucking we get fucked. People who are from here, born here, and live here most of our lives, or all of our lives, we get fucked over. Anyways, why U.S. performance is considered poor globally across major metrics: low math proficiency, low reading proficiency, weak civics and basic knowledge, large achievement gaps, inconsistent state standards, huge variation by region, income, and demographics. Even though the U.S. spends more per student than most countries, performance ranks mid to low in global comparisons. Summary of the U.S. academic performance strengths: world-class universities. That's a bullshit lie. That's a lie. Strong innovation ecosystem. Nah. Highest performing schools in wealthier areas. That might be true. I don't know about private schools and stuff like that because I haven't been to one. Anyways, weaknesses: poor K through 12 math performance. I believe it. Large disparities. Believe it. Weak civics knowledge. I believe it. Low adult literacy and numeracy. I believe it. College readiness and declining. College readiness declining. Well, of course. If you want, I can also give you state-by-state education performance ranking, a chart comparing US scores to China, Japan, Finland, a script or visual layout you can use to stream these stats on your channel, a beginner to expert law and civics curriculum so your audience can start learning what schools didn't teach. Alright, I'll probably keep this tab. Look, I also this is my OpenAI or my ChatGPT account that I am subscribed to. I asked it, uh, like, where do I go to? Right here. Where can I find or learn the official laws in California? Because I live here, right? And then stuff like that. That way I could like learn. Yeah. And it gives me like the official websites and stuff. I already knew how to get to it. I had it bookmarked on my other PC before I got um, Arch Linux. So I don't have Windows anymore, and I don't have Microsoft Edge. And anyways, continue learning on Boot.Dev. See, it's very important that you guys know basic math. All right. What is 2 to the power of 3? That's 2 times 2 times 2. So it's 8. Alright, changing in place. It's fairly common to want to change the value of a variable based on its current value. Player underslash score equals 4. Player underslash score equals player score plus 1. Player score now equals 4. Player score equals 4. Player score equals player score minus 1. Now it's 3. Alright, it says don't let the fact that the expression player underslash score equals player score minus 1 is not a valid mathematical expression being confusing. It doesn't matter. It is valid code. It's valid because the way the expression should be read in English is assign to player score the current value of player underslash score minus 1. So in this operation, the right hand side, player underslash score minus 1, is calculated first. Once we have the result, we update the player score with the new value. Assignment. We got to complete the update player score over here. Function. It should add increment to current score and then return the new current score. Alright, so the current score increment already named, and we got to return new current score. So I'm gonna name this enter, not space, enter. I'm gonna name this new underslash current current underslash new current score score equals, alright, it says add increment to current score. So I'm gonna put current score plus increment increment. Alright. Okay. And then return new current score, and then that should work. Alright, passed. 2 out of 2. Submit. Alright. Lesson 6 out of 16. Chapter 6. I only have 5 out of 16. So 11 more to go. Let's see how much time I have. I got plenty of time. Alright, not even 30 minutes in. Alright. Now, I know that I looked this, like the info up on like ChatGPT and stuff. You guys could do your guys' own research. It's just, it gathers all the info from the internet and stuff, and it's not entirely accurate, but it gives you a baseline to, like, come on, like everyone in the US knows that the fucking education sucks here. public education sites. The private education is the same-ish, except it provides you more opportunities. Uh, but it's still education is education. You just need to be able to read, write, fucking learn, know how to learn from what you read, write, and whatever. The library, people don't go to the I used to go to the library for to read, and not really to learn, more like for entertainment purposes. Anyways, I'm gonna get in on a tangent, so I'm just gonna forget what I was gonna say, and let's just move on. All right, if you guys are wondering what I'm doing right now, yeah, I am checking my download. Okay, I updated Helldivers. Alright, I was updating my video games in the background. My bad, you guys. Alright, Python makes reassignment easy when doing math. In JavaScript or Go, you might be familiar with the plus plus syntax for incrementing a number variable by 1. In Python, we use the plus equals in place operator instead. So star rating equals 4. So the star rating plus equal 1. Star rating is now 5. So that just means add 1 to whatever is saved here. Other operators in the other in place operators work similarly. So star rating minus equals is subtracts instead of adds. This one multiplies instead of um, yeah. This one multiplies. This one divides the the number. Anyways, assignment. Complete the getHurt function right here. It should use the minus equals in place operator to subtract damage from current health. And then return the new current health. So new current health is gonna be our variable. All right. New under slash current health. It's gonna be minus and then the equal sign. Subtract the damage from the so damage, and then return new current health. Alright, run it. That did not work. Why did that not work? Oh. So complete the getHurt function. It should use minus equals in place operator to subtract damage from current health. Alright, so how do I do this? Because damage is basically right here, right? New current health minus equals damage. Shit, how do I do that? I'll just delete this, the new part. There we go, 2 passed, so I don't have to create a new variable. Alright, submit. Alright, scientific notation. As we covered earlier, a float is a positive or negative number with a fractional part. You can add letter lowercase e or capital E followed by a positive or negative integer to specify that you're using scientific notation. So print 16. I forgot what does E stand for again? I forgot what E was. Exponential. Nope. I don't remember it. Scientific notation. Let's see. Where's the E? Where's the E? The E series. E number. Trying to look for it. Coefficient. Let's see. Exponent. Nope. E notation. Okay, calculators and computer programs typically present very large or small numbers using scientific notation, and some can be configured to uniformly present all numbers that way. Because superscript exponents like 10 to the power 7 can be inconvenient to display or type, the letter capital E or lowercase e for exponent, so yeah, I was thinking right, is often used to represent times 10 raised to the power of, so that the notation MEN for decimal significant m integer exponent n means the same as m times 10 to the n power. For example, this is written as 6.022 E23. So instead of 10 to the power of. Okay. Got it. All right. Back right here. Okay, print 16 times 10 to the power of 3, print 16,000.0. Print 7.1 e to the negative second power, so it just brings the decimal. Yeah, that's all it does. It moves the decimal 3 places to the right. This one moves it twice to the left. If you're not familiar with scientific notation, it is a way of expressing numbers that are too large or too small to conveniently write normally. In a nutshell, the number following the E specifies how many places to move the decimal to the right or the positive number, or to the left or negative number. I should have just continued reading. It would have been quicker, huh? Instead of going to Wikipedia and trying to search for it. My bad, you guys. Or try to teach you guys myself. Underscores for readability. Python also allows you to represent large numbers in the decimal format using underscores as the delimiter instead of commas to make it easier to read. Num equals 16 underslash 000. Print num prints 16,000. Alright. It does make it easier to read. It's better than the commas. Assignment. Due to the constraints of our app server, there is a maximum number of players we can have on a single Fantasy Quest server. So complete max players on server function here. It takes no inputs, but simply returns 3 static numbers. Okay. 1. The max players on a small server is this, or 1.024 times 10 to the power of 18. All right. The max players on a medium server is 10,000. That shit right here. 3. The max players on the large server is this big ass number. Use scientific notation to represent these numbers. For example, 3.104. Whenever you see the zeros, basically you put E and then just count the zeros, I guess. Numbers in scientific notation are floats. For example, 1.024 e to the 10 to the 18th power is actually, so you're multiplying 10, 18, 18 zeros. You're adding 18 zeros. It's actually equivalent to this. Note the 0.0 at the end. This is expected and perfectly fine for this assignment. Okay. So complete the max player server. It takes no inputs but simply returns 3 static numbers. Okay. So what does it want us to do? Let me run this bitch. All right, expected one. These are expected. Okay. Actual none fail. All right, so is this gonna return? Return static numbers. Okay, so static numbers. Should I just put this? Max players on server. Alright, so num equals this. Print num. How does it want us to do it? Print 16e to the third. E plus 20? What the fuck? Do I just add this here? What does that do? File error. Max players on a small server. Okay, I'm gonna need help because I don't get what exactly I'm supposed to do. How do I start? Oh shit. Hold up, hold up. Misspelled that. Let's put a quote. Question mark. Enter. Let's use the salmon. Alright. It says, I see your code in the error output, brave learner. Okay. The error is telling you that you tried to put numbers like this inside the function definition parentheses, so it remembered what I tried to do, which is only for parameter names, not values. Okay. Alright, to get started, think about these questions. The function max players on server doesn't take any input, so inside the parentheses after the name, what should you write? Okay, so we should put small, medium, large. Alright, right. Small. Space, medium. And then, let's see, large. Alright. So these are the server sizes. Then to the test, expect max players on the server. To give back 3 numbers in Python, how can a function return multiple values at once? Hint, it's something like return ABC. Oh, okay. Instead of that, I could put ABC instead. Okay. Then let's do that. Copy. ABC and then put here return Control V, A, B, C. Alright, what does this do? Nothing. Alright, you're told the three values to use are these. Okay, where inside the function should you use these numbers? Okay. I should have probably kept it as small, medium, large, but let's put A equals see 1.024 and then under slash 18. B equals wait, let me stop there. I might not even have to do that. You're told the three values to use are here. Where inside the function should you use these numbers? Try to fix the function definition line first. Alright. Then add a return statement that returns those three scientific notation numbers. I don't think I need to do this, huh? Let me run this and see what it does. Or maybe I do have to do that. Shit. Maybe I don't even have to do this up here. Let's go to the main test.p. Alright, so the run cases are here. The three values that they're gonna use are over here. Submit cases, run cases. Expected 1, result equals expected 1, 2, 3. Shit, now I'm confusing myself. Alright, the max players on a small server is one. That's okay. How did I do on the other ones? I put name something and then I put return something here. Uh, maybe I put here a to the third. Cause it's given fucking front cases over here, so /18 over here. Maybe. Oh no, it crashed. Restore. Okay, I'm lost. Numbers in scientific notation are floats, okay? Let's see. 1024. Let's see. 1 3 6 9 12 15 16. I don't think I'm doing this right, but let's see what happens. 3 6 9 12, and then 15 16 17 17. That's not gonna do anything. Maybe it's just as simple as 1.024 under slash. Alright, 3 6 9 12 15. Medium equals. Yeah, I'm always overcomplicating it, so I'm just gonna simplify everything. 0 2 4, and then count the zeros under slash 3 6 9 12 15 16. enter same shit, 102 or 1.02. Underslash 369 1215 1617. And then return small, comma, medium, comma, large. No. Missing 3 required positional arguments. Hmm. Okay. Okay. So I'm not supposed to put anything in the parentheses. I'm supposed to name them here. Why the fuck is that not working? The underslash. Alright. So let's just put E, E, and E, and then run it. What the fuck? Missing 3 required positional arguments. Small, medium, and large. If I remove all this, it works-ish, but it doesn't give me the expected. The first one comes out as 1, 0. What the fuck? Let's put num enumerate. Num equals num equals num _e. Oh no. Fuck, I don't know how to go about this. Maybe I'll just simply add the plus after the E. Run. No. C++ or C? No, it's Python. It's Python. Alright, so look at the expected values from the output. Alright, these are the expected outputs. Now compare each of your three numbers to those. Two questions for you. For small, how many places should the decimal move to match 1.02 for E plus 18 instead of 15? Why is it 18? Is it counting these three too? Alright, so instead we'll do 18, 19, and 20. So 18, 19, and then 20. Let's run it. No. Oh. There we go. Run. One pass, 0 failed, so how is only one passing? Okay, two questions for you. For small, how many? Okay, instead of 15. For large, should its coefficient be 1.02 or 1.024 to match the pattern as expected? Try adjusting, run test, and see what you get. Okay, but I passed. Now what? I passed only one. Nice, you got it passing. Well done, Adventure. Before you move on, make sure you can answer this in your own words. Uh, in 1.024 e to the 20, what does the 1.024 represent? What does 20 represent? How many zeros? Oh, so does that work? Oh, okay. So I had it right there the whole time. I put 15, 16, 17 instead of 18, 19, 20. But why was it 18 for this one? Okay, 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3 times 3 is 9. Plus 3 is 5. That's where I fucked up, huh? Alright, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Alright, so one decimal place. So I had to count these, not just the zeros. Stupid mistake. Alright, so 1 plus this, and here. Oh, I overcomplicated again. Even though I tried to simplify it in my brain, but I just didn't. I fucked up. I fucked up. Alright, moving on. Logical operators. You're probably familiar with the logical operators and or. Logical operators deal with Boolean values, true and false. Logical AND operator requires both inputs are true to return true. The logical OR operator only requires that at least one input is true to return true. For example, true and true equals true, true and false is false, false and false is false, true and true is true, true or false is true, false or false is false. Alright, so it has to have, if it begins with true and ends with true, is obviously true. Starts with true and then false. Okay. False and false equals false. True and true equals true. Is this just repeating true and false? Oh no, the ands in the or. Okay. Alright, so it's saying true and true. If they're both true, then it's true. So the and means that both of these have to be the same. If not, it's false. Alright. The or means one of them has to be the beginning one, right? I think it goes off by the beginning one. So it starts off with true. If it's true or true, then it's true. If it's true or false, it's true. But if they're both the same, then it's false. Okay. Python syntax. Alright, print true and true. Okay, so it prints true. True or false, it prints true. Nesting with parentheses. We can nest logical expressions using parentheses. Alright, with another parenthesis. First, we evaluate the expression in parentheses, true or false. It evaluates to true. Print true and false. True and false evaluates to false. Print false. So print this. Okay, so printing true or false and false, it prints false to the console. Okay. What does this code statement evaluate to? So true and true, that is true. Or, okay, so the first one here is true, or true and false. So this is false. So if it's one or the other, true or true, then it's true. Yeah. I don't know if you guys caught on to what I did right there. If I were to here in this parentheses, the and, all right, so the first one is true and true. All right, so you go back up to here. True and true equals true. All right, so I put true underneath this parentheses. Now ignore this part right here, right? So true is under here. I put in my head, I like put it visually underneath the parentheses. And then I brought down the or. So true or. So now I'm looking at something like this. True or. And then bring those down, right? True or. And then look at the true and false. So true and false is right here equals false. So everything here in the parentheses is false, so I bring that down, false. So now it's true or false. Now what is this? True or true? No, it's true or false equals true. So that's how I got it in my head. I probably confused people even more by doing that, but I don't know. Hopefully you guys got it. If not, then I apologize. All right. Shit, I've been streaming for about an hour. I'm on lesson 9. Alright, so 8 out of 16. So I'm halfway there. I'll stop right here, I guess. And then, I wonder how long it'll take me to finish this chapter, chapter 6. Alright, after computing, it's comparisons. After comparisons, it's loops, lists, dictionary sets, errors, practice, and quiz. Alright. For chapter 6 computing, we did Python numbers, numbers review, floor division, exponents changing in place, Plus equals scientific notation, logical operators. The not is next. This one right here. Binary numbers, doing that 3 times. Then bitwise ampersand operator, bitwise pipe operator, damage meter, and converting binary. All right. All right. All right, you guys. You guys know what to do. You guys subscribe and follow. Subscribe and follow all my channels. I'm streaming live on Twitch, Kick, Rumble, and YouTube. Excuse me. And if Twitch and Kick, like the videos or live streams, are no longer on those channels, go to my Rumble or YouTube channel. On YouTube, I'll have a whole playlist, and I'll show you guys right here how to actually get to it. Go to YouTube. Actually, let me mute the desktop. Go to my channel. Telco 760. All right, I'm live now. After I stop streaming, I put it into this playlist over here. Not podcasts and reactions. Where is it? From gamer to engineer live streams. All right, and then they'll be down here. All right, so you guys can go ahead and view my gamer to engineer live streams. These basically getting rid of Windows, getting Arch Linux, and dealing with that stuff. Then I got a Steam Deck, which is Arch Linux basically with Steam OS, and basically like emulation and all that stuff, making it easier for gaming and stuff. And then I start right here learning Python on Boot.Dev right here. So after I finish Python with Boot.Dev, let's go to a dashboard. I'm going to finish this one, and then I'll be doing second course, learn Linux, and it's still going to be on that playlist over there. And then 3, learn Git, build book bot with Python, and so on. I'm going to try to get as much of this shit done before my subscription expires. It seems I'm liking it so far, so I might uh, continue the subscription if I don't finish it on time. Alright, any notifications? Nope, I got no notifications. Alright, now that is it, you guys. Give me them likes, dislikes, comments down below. In the description below are the links to my other channels. And I'll see you guys next time. Again, thank you so much for watching.